Hey there, you horrible humans. Alright, so I've got some things on my mind, and I don't really have a script, and I also don't really edit videos, so hopefully I'll be able to articulate all of them perfectly on my first try. Um, anyways, so as a handful of people close to me, and probably the only people who might even watch this video, know, I have, say, very excruciatingly horrible, hellish agony that I constantly endure, which involves something along the backs of my eyes, way back there in the optic chiasm. It's a ways up there. Like, it's constantly like burning. It's literally popping and boiling, and it's like the most horrible thing you could ever imagine. If you could feel it for a day, you would literally, I don't care who you are, you would sell everything that you own just to be rid of it. I promise you. Anyways, so I've been dealing with that for a long time, and I just want to talk about how frustrating it is working with the medical industry in regards to things that don't have like an immediate answer. Because like in no other context do you have to like pay for the privilege of being denied service. In no other industry, and like it's psychotic to me that that's just like the nature of things in the medical industry. Like you don't go to a mechanic and you're just like, okay, there's fire coming out of my exhaust and it's not a mod, I didn't do it on purpose, and then have them look at it and just be like, oh well, I don't know, you owe me $200, but you should go talk to the next mechanic. And then the same thing happens ad infinitum forever, because that's where I'm at with this issue, this medical issue. Because like it doesn't matter who I go to, nobody learned about this in school, and that's what they expect. They expect to go to somebody who learned about it in school and has an answer. But this is a unique new problem that I came up with, that nobody else has experienced before, and which has to be analyzed like scientifically. It has to be analyzed with like curiosity about like the possibilities of what is occurring, because it's some sort of like, I just think it's some sort of chemical corrosive damage that, or like there's some sort of compound like lodged in like my optic chiasm or something that can't get out, and so it's just gonna sit there and it's gonna burn me forever, and I'm going to not be able to live life because I'm like so like it's bad. Like I'm just enduring. Like I've just been enduring for a long time. I'm just like, okay, like this is horribly painful, and I want nothing more than to be free of this pain. And I don't think like anybody who knows me would even fault me for like or be surprised if I off myself at this point, because like I've talked about it a lot, and like it would be totally justified in this context. It's actually a very logical solution to like constant unimaginable pain. But like I'm enduring it, but that's like all I'm capable of doing. It's like I can't really like I've tried to, like this year I've tried to like force myself to like actually invest in educational or learning a bunch of things that I find interesting, and like doing all these things, and it's like it goes so far, but like this just, I can't focus when I'm constantly in pain, and like when I'm constantly like my eyes are literally burning, like literally boiling. Anyways, it is bad. Anyways, like I said, in no other context besides the medical context do you have to pay for the privilege of being denied service, and I just find that psychotic and misguided. And like I'm not saying like medical people don't deserve to be paid. I just think that they should have to actually perform a service before they get paid, because at this point like I could literally go from specialist to specialist to specialist forever, and they'd all just be like, I've never heard of that before, I don't know, give me $300, thanks, I'm gonna go buy a car. And it's insane. Like it's so it's ridiculous. Like like what can I do besides, like if I had like $1 million, then I could go and talk to like some like super fancy guy who's actually willing to like invest a little bit of thought and a little bit of like effort into like what the possibilities might be. because money talks more than human life talks. And like, I don't know, it just seems psychotic. Like, if I could actually live a life, like if I could actually like receive meaningful assistance in this regard, like I would eventually be able to pay it off. Like it's not hard to make money. It's like really easy to like manipulate people. That's like the main way of making money, is to just like trick people into getting useless stuff or entertaining stuff or whatever, because you know, doing useful things, that's not what money's about. Money is about entertaining fools, like, and you know, it's desire, it's not need, and it's quite psychotic actually. It's a mutual delusion, unfortunately, and it's here to keep people enslaved. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But anyways, you shouldn't have to pay to not receive a service. That's insane. Anyways, also this problem's really bad, and I'm trying not to kill myself. But if it doesn't go away, like, it's totally justified. Like, it is so justified, because I'm just like, I'm just enduring at this point. Like, it's literally like horrible pain every single day, constantly, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I used to like feel like justified in suicide because it was like I have too many irrational qualities that I find myself to be like a failed organism. Mostly due to just like completely irrational anxiety about like dealing with things, and also not really having any like desire for any sort of this being in this material world, this materially obsessive world. And also I'm quite confident. I know humans aren't allowed to talk about death or like think that they have knowledge of it or whatever, because we're all supposed to kind of just be ignorant or whatever, but I'm quite confident that I have a pretty strong soul to return to, and that I can go to any of millions of planets in the galaxy or space stations or whatever, and I will be welcomed with open arms into those civilizations, because my soul has been around for millions of years. So like, I have no fear of death whatsoever. It would just be a relief to me. But when I look at this world, and I've come to realize this, like I see all of the inadequacies I have, and that kind of justifies things, and also like the horrible pain. But when I look at this world, it's like this planet in particular, like, it needs good people. Like, no matter how weird we are, it needs as many good people as it possibly can get, because like, seriously, like, half of men are literally dogs, and they can't like think past their instinct to fuck everything that moves, and like yeah, just like half of people are like just like so, or like there's just a lot of really bad people out there too. Not like there's a fraction, it's like a small percent, of course, of just like actually bad people, but there are a lot of like just like actually really disgustingly bad people out there. So like every like just decent human being that like is lost is like, it's a pretty big smack in the face to this planet, and it's kind of unfortunate. So like just being like a cognizant, like, kind person who like makes things better around me pretty much no matter what, unless I'm having an anxiety attack, and that's kind of what I hate about things. So then everybody feels the tension, and I'm just like, oh god, no, I'm just escalating tension. But but for the most part, like, I can tell that like I can maintain my aura in a certain way, and like, and it, like, I give positive vibes out to pretty much everybody, like any situation that I enter into. So like, if I like mercifully like execute myself so that I don't have to deal with this thing, then like the world's gonna be a worse place, and like that's unfortunate, because this world's already a pretty bad place. Like, there's already like just horrible things happening to good people all the time, and suffering that doesn't need to be happening, and waste of resources, and there's psychotic things, because this is it's a messed up, weird place. Anyways, I'm gonna check out my shirt. You gotta get to see the full extent of it in all of its symbolic goodness, since you're only seeing the top half of the thing. Anyways, alright, so what I came here to talk about was the fact that like the medical industry is quite ridiculous, and that I desperately need unimaginable amount of help in this regard, because at this point, like, I've been trying to fix it myself, but like I can't get far enough in there. You know, if I could show you the videos, but I don't want to traumatize anybody, obviously. I just took some. I did take the videos just for scientific kind of posterity. But yeah, like I've been trying to do things to reach this this pain that's like way at the back of my eyes, but I can't reach it. I've gone pretty far in there. Used to have a lot of sinuses. Now I have like a sinus. Anyways, I can't quite reach it myself, but even if I just had access to the technology of a hospital, if I was just able to like use those resources, like I could probably fix it myself. I could probably just go in there with like one of those like snake camera things and like feel my way around until I got to like the area that was like just like so damaged. And like I don't know, everybody like there's certain reactions that like every medical professional has based on when I explain this to them, and it's like if I seem just like rational and just explain it logically and everything, and don't like get emotional about it, then they hear like, oh, it's been happening for 5 years, it can't be that bad, you're probably just exaggerating, being a little bitch about it right now, like, why did you come in now, like it get worse or something? And it's like, no, it's unimaginably hellish, and like you would literally do anything to be rid of it, and like I don't know what to do. That's the only reason I'm not like trying harder. And also I've just kind of been planning to just kill myself, but I'm trying to like hit that like high vibe of just like actually elevating my soul and like getting good at like doing things and being a good person towards people and blah blah blah. And I think if I just didn't have like this just ridiculous amount of pain, I think I would be able to be of good use to good people. And that's what matters, because there's bad people out there, and those bad people need to be stopped one way or another. And I think just being gooder and stuff is the more good like you do, the worse, the harder it is for the bad people to do bad things. And you gotta actually like you gotta step in there and stop them. Anyways, anyways, so yeah, two reactions. If I explain everything rationally and I don't seem particularly emotional, then I think they just kind of disregard it as if like it's really not that bad, and it's really bad. They're definitely wrong there. And if I do get emotional and like I like start crying and just like nicely express like how like deeply I like actually need help, and like kind of like have a panic attack because like it's literally fucking killing me, it's literally like burning so bad at every possible moment, then they're just like, oh, you seem psychologically upset, you should probably just see a psychologist, and then maybe like you'll just quit complaining. Maybe your physical pain will go away because the psychologist will make you feel better about like your emotions and stuff. And it's just like, no, I'm crying because I'm in horrible hellish agony, like, and it is totally logically justified for me to be this upset, and like you need to actually listen to me and help me. But like, no, I just gave you $300 to do fucking nothing for me because you're a pretentious rich person. And yeah, it's just it's fucked up. Like the whole medical system is fucked up. Anyways, there's a lot of fucked up systems though, but I will just talk about this one for now because it affects me personally. So yeah, at this point, like, I don't know, I think I need to just like walk into the hospital and say, okay, I'm not leaving until something useful happens, until I receive some sort of like meaningful and useful assistance in this regard. And they'll probably just look at me like, we might want to lock him up, he seems weird. And that's their own psychotic delusion of grandeur, so they can like shove it where the sun doesn't shine, I guess, and then shove me in the same place, well, a different place where the sun doesn't shine. But that would accomplish nothing, and then that would definitely accomplish nothing. But hopefully I'll be able to explain myself articulately and just how bad the situation is. And I won't mention that I've been digging around my own sinuses, because that might freak them out and make them think that I'm crazy. But I'm not. This is like, that's like the only rational thing I can do. It's like, I'm in this much pain, like I have to deal with it. I have to like reach it, and oh man, it's bad. And I know exactly what caused it too. I'm not going to mention that here, but I do know exactly what caused it. And when I mention that to certain doctors, they're just like so pretentious and heads up their asses, and they're just like, I don't think that's what caused it. And also, I don't think that we need to treat the root cause. I think we just need to treat the symptoms so you'll quit bitching. And it's just like, I just paid you for fucking nothing. You're fucking useless. Anyways, kind of frustrated about this, but at this point I really do think like the only solution that I have is to just walk into the hospital and say I'm not leaving until like some sort of meaningful and useful like help actually occurs here. I'm just gonna bring like a bunch of books and bring a bunch of like bring my laptop and bring a bunch of things that I can work on, and just stay there, and they'll just be like, oh, you owe us for the privilege of like doing nothing for you, and I'll just be like, okay, well, I'm not going to pay you, and if you continue to do nothing for me, I'm just going to die, and the world's going to be a worse place for it, and you probably could have done something, but, you know, you just didn't know what to do, so, whatever. But, like, I don't know, the technology exists, like, I really think that, like, whatever is damaged is, like, so damaged that it's definitely not functioning, and so, like, I should be able to just, like, get rid of those nerves. Get rid of that. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just like a chemical residue that's stuck in there that can't like make its way out. Cause like every once in a while I feel like it is starting to like push through something, and then it like goes. Can't really explain it. Anyways, had one or two more things. What were they? I don't know if YouTube's gonna let me upload something this long. I might have to actually edit it. I might have to actually get a real video editor. This is one of these cheap free things. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I just wish I could get some sort of meaningful and useful assistance in this regard, so that I could actually live a life. Because like at this point, like I have seriously, like time is just disappearing to me every day. It's just like. Everything sucks. I'm gonna try to distract myself, and I've been doing that for a long time now, and I just distract myself so that like things suck a little bit less, but like really things still suck a lot. But like yeah, if the pain goes away, like I'm pretty sure I'll be able to like do like so many good things, or at least like entertain people a little bit. I think I have the capacity to be a funny guy, do some funny little dances, and just like entertain people. And that's what gets you money, is entertainment, you know. Actual service, actually like making food and like doing useful things, get you a little bit, but you entertain those pretentious little humans, and like, oh man, they really like that. That makes them feel like their world isn't as horrible as it actually is. Anyways, yeah, I really need some help with this. I really wish that I could actually reach a doctor of some sort who actually had like scientific curiosity about like what the possibilities here are, because I think there's like it's like the fact that it's not something that anybody else has ever experienced before, like that in my mind that should be like, oh well, some people with scientific curiosity, people who like want to like understand like the potential limitations of like human physiology, like they should be fascinated by this. They should be like, oh well, let's like do some things to like figure out what it is. And like even if we just like figured out what it was, then like that would be such a huge step forward, even if there's no like immediate solution or whatever. And it's just like, oh no, we can't like cut in there without making you go blind, and I would gladly go blind for the rest of my life just to not have this, like gladly. But I'm just saying, like there's got to be like somebody with scientific curiosity should be willing to look into this, and like I shouldn't be stuck here like just doing things to myself because like the medical industry is completely incompetent and you know expects like it only cares about how much money it can get off people. It doesn't care about like actually providing service, you know. I mean, it provides service to most people because most people only have like issues that have been predefined before, so they actually like know what to do. But in like specific situations like this, there should be exceptions, and like they should actually have to do something and able to get my resources. But at this point, you know, I'm out thousands of dollars, and I've had absolutely not a single useful thing done to help me, and just had to deal with a bunch of silly egos and like, oh, poor little guy, just trying to console him, he seems emotional, he probably should go see a psychologist. And it's like, fuck you, literally, fuck you, I'm emotional because I'm in hellish agony. Like, like I'll deal with my psychological issues like after I am not in like hellish pain constantly all the time. And yeah, like no psychologist is going to deal with my psychological issues because they're all predictable. Like I can manipulate them in any way that I want. And, like they're like just, yeah, psychologists super predictable. Like I mean, maybe not to the average person, it's just like honest or whatever and like kind of instinctual, but like a big weirdo Pleiadian emissary like me or whatever I am, yeah, I can make them think anything I want. So that's not going to be helpful. Anyways, if you know any like super genius doctor type people who want to know or who are curious how something can go from your lungs to the back of your eyes for 5 years and literally constantly build up pressure and boil and pop for the entire time, please send them my way. I would like to talk to them because I want to figure this thing out before I put a crossbow bolt through my neck, because I don't want to damage the actual region if I die. I want it to be scientifically analyzed post-mortem. Anyways, I've been ranting for a really long time now. Thank you for listening. Hopefully I didn't traumatize you too much or whatever. You got a little smile out of you like once or twice. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Life's rough. Still trying to improve and just like try to elevate every situation that I'm in if possible, because I don't know. This world needs good people, so it would kind of be unfortunate for it to lose good people, because I don't think I'm a bad person. I think I'm a pretty good person, even if my sense of humor is ironically kind of bad sometimes. It's just because I'm so meta that like you can't read my irony. But anyways, I've been ranting for way too long now. Like, thank you for listening. Have an excellent life adventure or whatever. Bye.